This podcast is powered by The Plug.
So I know we were just talking about like scene partners, and I think a lot of people would be surprised to know that you don't always know who you're going to be working with kind of up until the scene happens. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that, and is that kind of like standard? Do people sometimes choose or request scene partners, or is it really just like the company and the agency pairing the models together that they want to see?
I think it's pretty much just the companies picking out who you'll be working with, because you get a script and then it's all based upon people's availability, people's like testing and all these different elements. So it's not, there's nothing that we can really do. Of course we can always request. I've had partners, scene partners tell me they had requested to work with me, and they were able to get everything lined up and the bookings and all those things together. Now I know that there are some directors who say like, yes, we'd really do like working with this person, like let's bring them back, or like their chemistry is good, or like this body type fits the scene, or whatever the scenario could be. It's always based upon like scenario, what the script calls for, what the company is, and all these like different ailments that go into it.
Okay. See, I feel like that kind of speaks to like the professionalism of the situation, because like not a lot of people would imagine that adult entertainers don't always know who their scene partner is. And like, we all have a type, we all have what we like. Like if we don't know who it's going to be, like maybe it's someone that, doesn't have a beard when we like facial hair, or the opposite, or just something that we're not really expecting. But part of that professionalism is still being able to show up and give a good performance and really be present. And so like that's got me feeling bougie, because I'm over here, with my iPhone being like, no, you're not cute, I don't want to work with you, or like, there's not a match, you don't really understand the brand. And so like I'm saying no more than I'm saying yes, whereas like a professional working in the industry, sometimes you just get paired with a model and that's the scene for the day, that's what we're doing, and you kind of just got to roll with the punches. And I think a lot of people need to know that, because it takes a lot of work to be able to operate and to be able to just get with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when it comes to collaborations, you can say, yay, I don't want to work with this person. Yay, I do want to work with this person. Nay, I don't want to work with this person. So you probably, depending on the agency and depending on what's happening, right? So normally I would probably, the most time I've had up to knowing who my scene partner is, probably about 2 days if everything is going right? 2 days, I might know who my scene partner is. And with that time, you can research them on Twitter or like Pornhub if you haven't already worked with them. And yes, it is a big thing to say, this is who I'm working with, whether you're attracted to them physically or not. For the most part, I try to find something physically attractive of my partner. And I think for me, I'm more of a sapiosexual person. So I'd much rather get to know the person before we just start fucking, right? So that's why, you come to set, all females get there before their male partners do, because they have to do hair, makeup, all those fun things. So by the second hour that you're there, your male partner will show up. And it's always, you never know how you guys' interaction is going to be. So you can always tell that your male partner is always a little nervous to meet you if you haven't worked with them yet. So I always like try to take the edge off and try and talk to people and really try to say, you know what, like we're about to be on set, so might as well just break the ice and make it enjoyable, right? But I get a lot of people on social media, Twitter, who say, oh, like you don't like to work with, you don't like to work with like Black performers, or like you don't like to work with like these kind of performers. It's like, no, as much as I love working with those people, I don't get booked with that. That's like the whole porn industry, adult entertainment industry taboo. So a lot of people don't realize that. I don't get to say, hey, I want to work with Jax today. Can you please like get him? Eventually when I get to that point in my career, when I have a little bit more say so, absolutely. But the industry definitely has a market, and they know what's going to be selling, and they obviously have like a style and things in an algorithm, I should say, that they know what works for their companies and what works for their brand. And I think that's what a big part of collaboration is on my end when it is for OnlyFans or my other sites, right? Because then I can say, okay, if you guys want to see me work with more ethnic performers, you want to see me work with Black performers, Hispanic performers, Asian performers, then yeah, you could come over to my OnlyFans page, right? So that is where I find doing a collaboration being the most beneficial for me, at least.
Absolutely. So just kind of like bringing it all together, I feel like some key takeaways are our audience understanding that someone like me who is an OnlyFans doing a collaboration with another OnlyFans artist wouldn't be the same thing as you working in a studio with another professional. Those are separate things that can sometimes be confused as being a collaboration, but they are different. And I feel like we've kind of talked about why they're different and why they look different. And just the fact that if people are interested in collaborating with either of us as artists, being able to not just look at us in terms of what we do for you sexually or the visual, but realizing that we are professionals, we do have brands that we've cultivated, and all of those things go into whether or not we're going to show up and be with someone else on camera. And so I think people understanding that kind of might frame their understanding of like what is a collab, or what does it mean to be a scene partner with somebody, and how can they do that if they really want to. So yeah, I think that's like a big part of the collaboration.
Yo, it's Julius, and I just made traveling easier with the motorized scooter suitcase. Let me say it again. Motorized scooter suitcase. Yeah, that's right. The luggage has got a built-in electric motor. So the suitcase, I can ride it and glide through the airport or the train station, through downtown, and it all fits in the overhead storage bin. No more crowded terminals trying to say, excuse me, y'all gonna see me gliding through there. I can hop in and off the light rail like it's no problem. I'm not struggling to carry these heavy ass bags of podcast equipment anymore. All you gotta do is just click the link in the episode description that says Smart Suitcase. Click Smart Suitcase and see what I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all, it's going to change the way, if you're traveling, this is going to change everything. Click the link. Let's go.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you or your company are looking to jump into the podcast world, now is the time. The Plug Agency is here to connect you to the full power of podcasting. You just record and leave the rest to us. The people are listening and want to hear from you. Theplug-agency.com. That's theplug-agency.com. Click the link in the episode description for an exclusive offer.
911?
What's your emergency?
Yeah, somebody's just broke into my house.
Okay, we'll get a unit over shortly.
Okay, please hurry.
Real quick, can you verify your race for us?
I'm black. No, I'm sorry, I'm white. I'm full white.
Okay, can you answer a few questions just to confirm?
Okay.
Okay, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter?
All lives matter.
Nice. Did OJ do it?
Yeah, he did it.
Okay, who's the best boxer in the United States?
Jake Paul.
King of R&B.
Justin Bieber.
Okay, last question. Say ask.
X. Oh, fuck. No, hey!
How would you like to look 5 years younger? In a clinical study, people that had volume added with Juvederm Voluma XC in the cheeks perceived themselves as looking 5 years younger at 6 months after treatment. Look younger, feel like you. Add volume for lift and contour in the cheeks with Juvederm Voluma XC. Reverse signs of aging by adding volume to smooth laugh lines with Juvederm Velour XC. For important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit Juvederm.com. That's JUVEDERM.com. Not for people with severe allergic reactions, allergies to lidocaine, or the proteins used in Juvederm. Common side effects include injection site redness, swelling, pain, tenderness, firmness, lumps, bumps, bruising, discoloration, or itching. There's a risk of unintentional injection into a blood vessel, which can cause vision abnormalities, blindness, stroke, temporary scabs, or scarring. Talk to a licensed specialist to find out if it's right for you.
I think so. And I think for anyone out there that's like looking for a collab, I would say a few tips to ask someone that you want to collab with, or when you're being asked to collab with. I think the big key points would be is to like look at what they got going on social media. Are they serious about this? Like, are their numbers up? I mean, I think we all kind of look at that, like, what are their numbers looking like? What is their fan base? Like, what do they like to shoot? Like, does this do anything for me? Like, if they do straight up dominatrix, so you don't do any dominatrix style things, and your fans really aren't going to feed into it, then it probably wouldn't do much for your brand. It could probably be sold as like an exclusive thing. I would say another big thing would be to ask the right questions. Like, when's the last time you've been tested?
Absolutely.
Do you want to sign, are you going to sign this non-disclosure agreement? So whether or not you want me to take this video down, you agreed to having this video up here. You agreed to work with me, agreed that I share it on this platform and all these different platforms that I am going to share it on. Like, you are in full consent of what is about to go down. So you're protecting yourself and your brand. And I would say, another big thing is like, how serious are you to be in this? Because I'm not just fucking you just to fuck. And I think that a lot of fans, and just kind of fans, and like, I'll say mostly fans, and then there's like some fucking creeps who just come out the DMs out of nowhere. So I don't know if they're fans or if they're just fucking creeps. But I would say you probably just don't reach out if you don't have any understanding of what this is going to be. Like, when you think that OnlyFans content is just going to be you, just like, we're just going to come in, we're just going to straight fuck. No. It's going to be, we're going to get this lighting. We're going to find out what works. We're going to say, oh, like, this looks good. It's going to be very professional. It's very stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. And I think a lot of people who also create OnlyFans content, it's very similar to being on a mainstream platform, on a mainstream set, right? So I think people have this thing of like, oh, it's just like gonna be like this one continuous video. I'm gonna bust in that. It's gonna be a great time. Oh, no, honey. We gotta get this lighting right. Can you see me getting fucked? What's our concept for the day? What am I wearing? All right, so I need to know how we're gonna get this cum shot. I need to know like all these different aspects that go into it. We gotta get the lighting right. We gotta get the mood right. We gotta get our scenario. So it's not easy. And that's what's nice about, for me, just working with just one partner, because, okay, once a week, we got that shit down pat. We know what we're doing. We already, we're on a roll.
Absolutely. And just kind of relating.
Very similar to you as well, too.
Yeah, just kind of relating to that. I've had quite a few people reach out to me. Maybe they were kind of curious about OnlyFans, or maybe it was something they were really serious about. And I've had maybe about 3 people that I've really sat down with them for, maybe like 2 hours and kind of, showed, behind the Wizard of Oz curtain of my OnlyFans, and being like, all right, this is how much money I make. This is what the mechanism looks like. This is how you can get in on it. And like, a lot of the times the people will be really serious, and I'll give them all this information, and then they never start their own OnlyFans, and they never do anything with it. And it's like, this is like a $100,000 TED Talk that I'm giving you right now. And if you're not serious about it, then like, I'm not going to keep talking about it. And so like, I've had to realize that's a big thing too, of like, there are people that are really into like OnlyFans and the idea of it and the allure of it, and they really want like advice. And it's like, I've had to kind of dial it back of being like, I'm not about to give free career advice to people for free. Like, I can't do it anymore. And like, I've reached a point in my career where I know how valuable my insight is in this industry. Even if there is no guidebook on it, like, you learn while you're doing it, and some of that information is really priceless. And so I think for me, a big thing I look when I collaborate with someone, or when I want to collaborate, is that openness and that willingness of being like, hey, I'm interested in OnlyFans. I'm already verified. Like, can you help me? Can we make something together? Something that shows like they're actually interested in either creating a product, which is what we're selling, a product, or they understand that like the process behind it, and that it does require verification and all this other stuff. But yeah, it's definitely always a challenge, and there's always people that flood the DMs, and they're like, oh, I'd love to film with you, or I'd love to be on camera. But once we get into like the nitty gritty and the logistics, that's when people are like, oh, I'm not ready to send you a picture of me holding my ID, and maybe I'm not ready to ask you for that information because maybe that's too personal. And so finding a way to do all of that in a way that works.
No, absolutely. And with that being said, like, I know like the partners like I've had, they're not obligated to film content with you either. So like if that's just not something that like works for your relationship, it doesn't work for your relationship. I know there's some people who are they don't realize that when they're putting their body out there, they might not feel like, oh, like they feel like their body isn't up to par. They might feel like their size isn't up to par. They're just not comfortable with that. And I always like to tell people, always put that out there for everyone, that you don't have to, your partner isn't obligated to make content with you, just as much as, you know, they, you know, that you are to like go and do X and X in your fucking relationship. I don't know what everyone's relationship looks like, you know, but sometimes it could take a toll in your relationship. I know it took a toll in my relationship, and you know, it's just like, all right, well, obviously this business plan isn't going to work out for this, but also we're going to have to see what it looks like as far as me, let's say, having one person that I am shooting content with, or, you know, like these like different boundaries and different things like that. But always keep in mind, you're free to do whatever you want. You're not bound by OnlyFans and all these different things. There's a million fucking ways to make money. And don't let OnlyFans always be your end all do all. You know, you can use all kinds of different platforms and different things that don't have to put such a stress in like such a big thing on collaborating. Cause I know it's very stressful to put together a collaboration, and trying to say, hey, like putting all this together. And I'm sure this conversation sounds overwhelming to a lot of people. Start off slow, start doing solo videos, start doing, maybe just like have a niche. Maybe you were just singing naked in the shower and getting all soapy or something, and fucking lo and behold, someone fucking likes that, you know? So there's a million ways to get to that point. And, you know, I never ever really want to overwhelm people into thinking that there's just that one end all do all to find success when they are doing their online sex work career. But I will say, I'm tired of people sending me dick pics and asking me if I want to fucking collaborate. That's not the way.
That is not the way.
Fucking way.
I can say for me, the most attractive DM that's collaboration related would be someone admitting that they like my content, right? That's always nice to hear. Maybe saying where they first saw it, like, hey, I saw that video on Pornhub of you and your partner, and he was wearing the ski mask and he was fucking the shit out of you. Hey, okay, I know you saw something out there. I know what you liked. I know why you liked it. And then you could be like, hey, I would really love to work with you sometime. Like, I just started my OnlyFans. I'm verified, but I'm still really new. I would love to share some time with you, or to talk to you more, or ask you questions. I feel like that openness and that humility is really attractive. Whereas, you know, the same as you, I've gotten pictures from, you know, a random dude that's like, oh, invite me over, I'll rock your fucking world. And it's like, bro, you don't even know what you're signing up for, quite literally, and you couldn't handle me even if you were paying me. And so it's like finding that balance, finding that middle ground. But I definitely think the humility, when it's real, it really does shine through. And when we get those DMs from somebody that, you know, they're just like, hey, you know, I think you're beautiful, I would love to work with you sometime, and they send us a selfie of them looking like a normal person, it's like, we notice things like that, and that makes us as curious about you as you are about us. And so there's always a right or wrong way to do it, but whether you're, you know, an industry girl like August, or you're, you know, someone who's more of like an OnlyFans boy like me, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just remember to always be respectful, and that there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes to make it look like it's just this smooth amateur scene that just rolls all the way through. So yeah.
Hey, you kids quit slamming my goddamn door. Damn.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the best you can say. Don't be sending me, when I get the blur, I don't know about you, when I get those blurred photos, when you get the, like, you know, and you have to like open the photo and it's like blurred, I'm like, you know what, enough is enough, and I'm done for the day. I'm not even, I think like the worst part is I'd be leaving people on red.
I've been there.
So at least like you know that I saw it and I'm not responding to it.
Add a tip if you want a response.
Yeah. Well, do you have any last words for fans? And if they want to reach out to you about collaborations, I'm probably not the best because your girl is probably saying no more than she is saying yes. But if people wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about some more tips and collaborations, or if they want to be respectful and reach out to you in the respectful way for a collab.
Yeah, so I'm Hunter Stallion. My brand is Wasp Hunter, so you can find that on pretty much anything. I think all the dudes that are like actual wasp hunters, like with like the spray and stuff, they're having to compete with me now because I kind of co-opted the name. So look up Wasp Hunter, look up Hunter Stallion, you'll find me and my brand. What I make is extremely niche and extremely fetish, and so you'll know within 5 minutes whether or not you want to be on camera with me. I would say if you are interested, hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram. You know, don't send me a picture of your dick because I've seen it before, and chances are I've seen a bigger one than yours. But if you want to, like, you know, sapiosexual energy, if you want to get into my head, like, you know, have a conversation. Tell me what you noticed about our content, what you like about our brand, and that you're interested in working with us. And if we want to, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. I've flown people out here just to, you know, fool around with me, and so we can make it happen if we want to. So make us want to.
We will make it work. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm not doing any collaboration, so don't reach out to me at all.
There it is. There it is. That's
I'll
the
reach out to
studio's
you
job.
guys if I want to collaborate with you guys. I'm just not doing all that. My energy and my soul cannot just be just out here with the world like that.
Good.
Time is.
Stay guarded.
And I'm a very specific person. Yeah. So don't reach out for me for collaborations. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
There you have it.
People that I know do collabs, I will put you guys on. I will speak highly of you if I know you, and I'm like, yes, work with this person. They're fucking great. But other than that, I'm probably not the one to be reaching out for collabs.
And there you have it, everybody. Hustle Bunny, collaborations, the whole gist of it, the tea and then some.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I ain't gotta lie to kick it. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. And I feel bad. I mean, there's been some collabs that I've done and I'm like, okay, like this was great. I should do more of this. But like most times I'm like, no, I got too much other shit going on for that.
And that's what we needed to hear. And I think that's what our audience needed to hear. And yeah.
Honesty is the key to success. And you know, okay, if I get enough people requesting for me to work with someone, like I get a lot of requests to work with Johnny Sins, of course I'll work with fucking
girl, let me know. Shit, I want to work with his ass. I don't even know if he does shit with boys, but everybody want to work with Johnny Sins.
Everyone wants to work. Yeah, exactly. You guys requested enough. I'll fucking do it. And it's a fucking legend. Why would I not do it? But everybody else is just out here trying to no.
Absolutely. So in other words, unless you look like Johnny Sins, stay out of August DMs. And there you have it.
Johnny Sins and like, you know, we gotta, I've been having a very ethnic summer. I've been having a European boy summer.
Okay.
Black summer. Like we're doing it all. We're doing all the flavors. Asian,
Let's
Black,
get it.
Europe.
Uncircumcised summer. Let's get it.
We're no hot girl. So hot girl summer's coming to it's gonna come to a icy bitch winter. Ooh.
Yeah, bad bitch autumn, something like that.
Hot summer, like ice queen winter. We got to start a new winter term because, you know.
I'm here for it. I'm excited. And I know we're kind of still in the early phases, but I know we have something cool in the works coming out in the form of OnlyFans TV. I don't know if you want to talk about it at all or how you're feeling.
Speaking of OnlyFans, my love-hate relationship. We're gonna say it's more on the lover side right now because we love them, but sometimes I hate the work that I have to do.
Sure.
You know, because it's always stressful. But with that being said, you guys, in lieu of everything that's happening, we are streaming on Comcast locally in Colorado. We will be streaming on the radio locally in Colorado, but we have officially been picked up by OFTV. So if you guys want to, you guys can follow us. We're working on that. We're building that. We will let you know the official release date for that. I know the OnlyFans page will be linked to mine as well as Wasp Hunters, and we will be keeping you guys up to date. You guys see like one-stop shop. We'll be doing clips, videos, all your favorite episodes, behind the scenes, and all those fun things for you all. So shout outs and thank you to OFTV for picking us up like that.
Absolutely, and y'all heard it first, straight from August Sky. I'm Hunter Stallion, and this is Hustle Bunny.
And this is Hustle Bunny. Until next time, hoes, stay hustling. We'll talk to you soon.